Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Bradley. I'm Miss Amazon. We are here today to discuss and go over Jean's IEP. Before we get started, I'd like to go over your parental rights. I would like to your child has a right to a free and appropriate public education. We want to have Jean be in the least restricted as much as possible with her peers. You have the right as a parent to participate in all meetings, and so I really do appreciate that you are here and a part of this. You have the right to be notified anytime that we have a meeting about your child. You also have the right to give consent for services and decline services. You also have the right to review Jean's records at any time, but please give us a heads up so we can gather those appropriately. You also have a right to have an independent educational evaluation done on your own, and there's a process for dispute resolution rights, and it's a process that we can go over if we cannot come to an agreement at our meeting, although we'd hope that you're willing to work with us because we're willing to work with you. Do you have any questions? Okay. We are here today to discuss and go over some assessment data that we collected. We will start with the assessment results for Jean that indicate significant challenges in various areas. Her cognitive abilities, as assessed by the Universal Nonverbal Intelligence Test, revealed delays in memory, reasoning, and non-symbolic reasoning. In addition, the Woodcock-Johnson tests of achievement 3 showed low performance in reading and math clusters. The Adaptive Behavior Assessment System 2 teacher highlighted extremely low scores in communication, socialization, and daily living skills. The wide range assessment of visual motor abilities demonstrated below average performances in visual spatial, and fine motor skills. And lastly, the comprehensive assessment of spoken language revealed below average performance across lexical, and systematic syntactic and receptive and expressive language components. These results collectively indicate a comprehensive set of challenges that indicate Jean's academic, cognitive, language, and adaptive behavior skills. All this just means is that Jean's assessment results show that she faces significant difficulties in various areas. The test revealed that Jean has delays in memory, reasoning, and understanding of symbols and numbers. She also showed low performance in reading, math, communication, social skills, and everyday tasks. Additionally, her visual and motor skills were below average, and the assessments of her spoken language also indicated pretty much below average performance in understanding and using words and sentences. Altogether, these results point to a wide range of challenges that affect Jean's learning, thinking, language, and everyday skills. So, from the assessment data, we're going to go into what we feel is the most appropriate for a functional goal and a daily living skills goal. For her functional, we kind of want to assess in 36 academic weeks, Jean will demonstrate improved social communication skills by initiating and maintaining a conversation with her peers during structured activities at least 3 times per week. And then a daily living skills goal in about 36 academic weeks, Jean will independently perform self-care tasks such as buttoning and zipping her coat with 60% accuracy. These IEP goals directly link to Jean's present level of academic achievement and functional performance, as outlined in her assessment results. From those results, report indicates significant challenges in Jean's receptive language skills, social communication, and daily living skills. Jean struggles, as we've discussed from the assessment results, with cognitive, language, and adaptive behavior, which are reflected and established IEP goals that we have made for her. And they are tailored to address the areas that are of need. A brief rational describing of what these goals are is the recommended goals have been designed to directly target Jean's documented needs and challenges as indicated in her assessment results. The functional goal for focusing on social communication skills directly aligns with Jean's reported deficits in communication and socialization, aiming to enhance her interactions with her peers and overall functioning within the school environment. Lastly, the daily living skills goal addresses Jean's difficulties in fine motor skills and adaptive behavior, aiming to improve her independence in performing essential self-care tasks. These goals have been selected to directly address Jean's specific areas of need, providing a clear path for targeted intervention and supports. How we're going to monitor those goals with her functional academic goal. We have two tools that we are going to use to progress monitor, and the first one is a behavior observation checklist, and that tool will track the frequency of Jean's initiation of conversations with her peers during structured activities, noting the specific context and outcomes of these social interactions. And then the second monitoring tool for that goal is a peer feedback survey where peers will provide some feedback when we ask them on their interactions with Jean. Indicating instances where she was successfully initiated and maintain a conversation during structured activities. Her second goal, which is the daily living skills goal, in 36 weeks, as we talked about before, Jean will independently perform self-care tasks such as buttoning and zipping her coat with 60% accuracy. Her two progress monitoring tools, with the first one a self-care task checklist. This checklist will be used to record Jean's successful independent completion of self-care tasks such as buttoning and zipping her coat, with the frequency and accuracy of these tasks tracked over time. And then the second one, we're going to use a task analysis data rubric where the occupational therapist or educator will conduct a task analysis of Jean's self-care tasks, documenting her progress and mastering these skills and identifying areas of continued support and improvement. And then lastly, how we kind of tied those progress monitoring tools with those goals to promote the inherent value and dignity of Jean. They have been carefully chosen to respect and protect Jean's privacy and dignity. These tools kind of focus on non-invasive methods such as observations and discrete assessments to track Jean's progress. For example, the behavior observation checklist and peer feedback survey will help monitor Jean's social skills with her peers while maintaining her privacy. Similarly, the self-care task checklist and task analysis data provide a respectful way to assess Jean's progress in essential self-care tasks. These tools ensure that Jean's educational experience is supported in a positive and empowering way, while still respecting her inherent value and dignity. And she would not be affected by any of this at all. Do you have any questions on this? Okay, thank you.